Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trevor Plays here, back again with some more One Piece live action news, and I am hyped that all of this stuff is coming out. I know that, um, obviously, anime to live action we've seen in the past, and just in general, doesn't translate very well. But I have hope that this One Piece live action can show us that we can take anime inspiration and make it a reality, and to change it in a way where obviously some of the main features that make it so interesting and fun is obviously done by art and how the manga is and the anime um, in general. So obviously some things are changed. Usopp doesn't have his comedically long nose. Obviously, that's just not something that many people have in real life. So the fact that we don't have Pinocchio like noses is just not a thing. So obviously, Usopp not having a prosthetic nose or whatever is honestly fine to me. I'm completely fine that Usopp does not have that. Um, Sanji does not have his swirly eyebrow that pertains to his lineage with the Germa. Um, so, yeah, that is not in the live action either. He doesn't have swirly eyebrows as well. So, obviously, you know, we don't have swirly eyebrows. So, sure, it could have just been like a drawn on thing or whatever, but why? Why would you do that? Um, and just some things that to take away is from the trailer, we got a few glimpses at two locations. Obviously, one is where we start. Well, not really start. I guess kind of the start of a flashback scene, really, is Fuchsia Village, which is Luffy's hometown. We get to see what it looks like in real life as well as compared to the anime, which obviously I will have pictures being shown of this, as well as Shell's Town, which is where we get introduced to Zoro, and Axehand Morgan is there as well. So there's that. So we get to see that in comparison as well, which is really cool. Obviously, the location for Shell's Town is an actual location. The only thing that is CG'd on is the top that looks like the Navy base that was there. Um, so obviously, that's the only difference there. Um, another few things is in some scenes we saw some clips of the Straw Hats not wearing their I guess story accurate clothes, but at times they will be wearing them. So obviously Luffy having the red vest, he does have that. We've seen it in a few scenes there towards the end, especially like when they put their feet on the barrel. Obviously that is going to be, you know, manga accurate clothing, but throughout the series, we're going to see them change clothes. But what's cool is the clothes that are being shown are also compared to the manga as well within color pages and like color spreads as well as manga art covers. Now I don't have manga of One Piece yet, but I will. I'll be getting the box sets very soon, hopefully. Um, maybe, I don't know. But in the near future, I will have all of the box sets that have all of the manga covers. But yes, some of the manga covers have the Straw Hats in the drippiest clothes ever. And obviously, that is the pictures or and some scenes that we have seen where these are from actual drawings that Oda has made, and this is what the cast is wearing, which is great. That means that all of these outfits are canon outfits, and they will be worn in certain scenes that pertain to certain arcs in the story, which is amazing and really well thought out. And I think that is just an amazing detail as well. Um, we also have um, just gotten some leaked, rumored titles. Not sure if these are fully legit yet, but to me, it makes sense for these to be the ones. And like it is said, there is going to be 8 confirmed episodes. At first, it was rumored to be 10 episodes, but then later was confirmed that it will be shortened down to 8 episodes covering all of the East Blue saga. So, first we have Romance Dawn, which will most likely be the first episode. Um, it says that these titles are not in order, but I think that they are, because it makes sense on how some of these characters getting introduced. So Romance Dawn is literally the name of the first chapter of the manga, as well as it was its own little spin-off as well that Ichiro Oda created a while ago. It was its own spin-off as well. So Romance Dawn is the main first thing. So that has to be the first episode. Then we have The Man in the Straw Hat. Obviously, this is pertaining to probably Shanks, not Luffy at this time, but Shanks. So we're going to also get the flashback where Luffy meets Shanks and stuff with the Lord of the Coast, which is the giant sea king that we saw in the trailer. That scene is probably this. Tell No Tales is very like not really ominous, but like alluding to some type of part. So this is either Luffy meeting Zoro and Nami, and their travelings with them getting introduced to Buggy. That has to be something there. That's all. That's what I'm guessing. Because the next one is The Pirates Are Coming. This pertains to Usopp, so this will be Serb Village. So this is most likely the 4th episode, which makes sense. And then the 5th episode is called Eat at Baratier. This is when we finally get introduced to Sanji, and this seems fitting, the fact that it would be like the 5th episode, because at this point there's our 3 Straw Hats plus Usopp. That would be the 4th, and then Sanji is the 5th member to join. So the fact that they are kind of in this way where episode 4 is meeting Usopp and Usopp joining as the 4th crew member, and then Sanji joining as the 5th in the 5th episode makes sense. We have the chef and the chore boy. So this is obviously continuing on the Baratier stuff, where we get introduced to Zeph and all of that stuff. Because then they go to the next episode, The Girl with the Sawfish Tattoo. Obviously, this is a little bit of spoiler warning for anybody who has not seen One Piece yet, but obviously is going to see it eventually. This is Nami. So this is going back after Sanji has joined the group. They go to Fishman Island. Not Fishman Island. What am I talking about? Oh my god. Arlong Park. Arlong Park in the East Blue, where Nami's hometown of Kokoyashi Village. Jesus, I can't believe I messed that up. Oh my god, that is embarrassing. Why did I say Fishman Island? That's not until later. And then Worst in the East as the final episode title. So obviously these last 2 episodes connect with Arlong Park, which is the final event in the East Blue and the East Blue saga. This is the final part, which this is what I say when I introduce One Piece to my friends and other people, is if you can get to Arlong Park, if you can get all the way up to Arlong Park, and if you are not interested in One Piece at this point, I don't know what to tell you, because once you finish Arlong Park, it's just an amazing journey after that. And I'm glad that this live action project is covering this. Like, I know that a bunch of the stuff will be cut out and shortened, and not really shortened because I'm sure these are going to be hour-long episodes or like 50 to 45-minute episodes, something like that. They'll be pretty long episodes is all I'm going to say. Is they'll be pretty long episodes, so it makes sense a bunch of stuff would be in the film, but then also a bunch of stuff would be cut out to skip around and get things going. So doesn't matter. I'm still hyped for this because I want to see how they do. Um, Looking at all of their social media and how they interact with each other and the press conferences and interviews and all this other stuff, the cast is amazing. They all love One Piece and they all have had fun bringing these characters to life. So I'm glad to see that they have enjoyed the experience um, making this and all of the process, and then just soaking up all of the fandom, liking them, and doing all the all this stuff. So shout outs to our cast, our Straw Hats, which obviously, speaking about cast, here is the big picture of the entire confirmed well, not really the entire, but mostly confirmed list of the cast members. There is a lot, and it covers a lot of people that are going to be introduced within, obviously, these 8 episodes. Not all of them are present, like I said, but most of them are. And even some little side characters as well, which is cool. I like that. But yes, I can't wait for this. Again, this will be releasing on August 31st on Netflix. I'm so happy that we finally got to see something, because for the longest time, obviously, there's speculation and, will it suck? Will it be cringy? Obviously, it'll be cringy because, again, anime to live action is not had a very good track record. However, I have hopes that this is a good step forward. Now, will we eventually ever get a live action anime adaptation that would knock our socks off, be the best of the best, top notch, blow everybody's minds out of the water? Probably not. I'm going to be honest. Probably not, because anime is very expressive with emotion, or with the animations. Animation, you can do whatever you want. The fact that One Piece is what it is and how big it is because, one, it's a manga, so it's a book first. Then we have the anime to bring these characters to life, and obviously do some things that they do. Again, Luffy has a rubber body. Obviously, he stretches and, contracts and does all this other stuff. Obviously, that's going to look, not that great in live action. But, again, from what we saw, I'm going to be completely honest. Sure, obviously it looks bad. However, it's not that bad. It actually looks pretty good. I would say it's good. Now, it's not great. It's not terrible. It looks pretty good. It's in the middle. And I have to say that, it's just going to have to look that way. But again, another thing too is, Ichiro Oda didn't want to release this until he thought he was satisfied. So the fact that this is getting released in August means that he's pretty satisfied with how it looks. So the fact that it's almost out is pretty good. Obviously, they still have time to touch some things up with the CGI and, make it look good before they finally release it. But if the author says he's satisfied, then what else can I say? If the man behind creating all of these characters and who handpicked the entire cast and has been there through the entire step working with Netflix, I don't know what else I can say other than we have to believe in Oda like we do with him creating this amazing masterpiece of a manga and anime series. All I can say is I have hope, and I hope most of you as well do. And any newcomers that get introduced to One Piece for the very first time with this live action, welcome, welcome, and hopefully you continue this journey with the manga and anime, because this may or may not get more seasons. If it does, I'm happy. That means that it did a really good job. And this could potentially be one of the best live action adaptations that we've ever had, because one, it's not a movie, it's a series. So the fact that it's a series and not a movie speaks volumes, because if it was a movie, it would suck. I'm telling you that right now. If it was a movie that was an hour or so long, maybe 2, maybe 3, it would still probably suck, because they'd have even more of a time crunch to finish everything and a bunch of other things as well. So the fact that they went ahead and said, no, this is a series, it's 8 episodes, season 1, perfect. I love it. Because if it was a movie, I would have second doubts. I honestly would. But the fact that it's a series, and the fact that they're taking their time to fully brush over everything, touch up everything, and do all this other stuff that they've all been working so hard and are enthusiastic about, and all this, I'm happy. I'm happy for the cast, the crew, the producers, the writers, the screen, everybody behind the scenes and everything like that. Shouts out to everybody who has worked on this project, because I know it was long hours and just a bunch of stuff, and sure, they had a good time out in all of their locations, but I also feel like they were also working in very, very hot weather through most of the time, so I'm sure they were dying out there. But if they're happy with the product, so am I, and I can't wait to watch it. And hopefully, same for you guys. So, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. Leave some comments down below on what you guys thought. And if you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe and notification bell. And I'll see you guys